Hello to everyone. In this video, I'm gonna talk about the 5 top necessary skills that you should have if you decided to travel with a motorcycle, especially on long trips. And make sure that you stay to the end because the last skill is the most important from all. They're all important, but the last is the most important. So if you have nothing to do, grab your favorite drink and stay with me. All right, before I start the video, let me show you this beautiful place. Actually, we found it accidentally. We went into the small town to fill petrol, and the exit from the town was through this beautiful canyon. And what you can see here, it's nothing compared to what we saw over there. Let me show you on the map where exactly it is. So, this is the famous Ruta 40. We slept in San Juan, and now we headed north. And here in this San Jose de Chacal, or whatever the name is, we decided to fill petrol, and then we found this Iglesia San de Chacal, or this is the name of the area. Fantastic spot. As I said, we found it accidentally, but enjoyed very much. Subscribe to my second channel if you haven't already with the travel videos. I will have very detailed episode for this section. But anyway, let's go now to the 5 very important skills that you should have if you decided to travel by motorcycle. Number 1, communication. This is something that most of the people just misunderstood or got it wrong. Communication means to be able to communicate with people, not to be able to communicate only online by Facebook or anything like that. No, communication skills a skill is something that you learn when you're a child, not in last moment. You can't learn it online, or you can't learn it just like that. You are born with it or not. Since I was a kid, we need to play all day out, so we need to communicate with other kids and stuff like that. This is something that you learn, as I said, from a very early age. And why it's so important when you travel? Because in many situations you need to discuss even the roads or simple things with local people. And when you don't have these skills, you cannot really approach the people. I have a close friends that are fantastic people, but they just cannot communicate with random people just like that. They need to know them, and then they can talk a lot and they can discuss everything, but not with people that they met on the road. They cannot really communicate easy. And as I said, this is something that you cannot really learn for a day or two, or you cannot go to a school to learn something like that. This is that most of us learned on a very early age, but with more practice and more communication with normal people on the street, you can really gain a really good skill. Let me check the camera and the microphone. All good. So, number 1, communication. Very important when you travel. Every time when you need petrol, when you need direction, when you need hotel, when you just need to kill a time to speak with someone on the road, this skill will be so handy if you have it. Number 2, mechanical skills. I'm not saying that you have to be a motorcycle mechanic or to understand everything on your motorcycle. No, but at least you should have some kind of mechanical skills or understandings to know how the motorcycle works, what are the important components, what you have to pay more attention and what not. This is important because you have to feel your motorcycle. You basically, if you have this type of skill, you can predict the problems on your motorcycle and try to fix it in advance. Even if you're not a motorcycle mechanic, at least a basic mechanical skills will definitely be handy when you travel, especially on the long trips, especially when you need to do maintenance here and there. It will be very useful to you. And number 3, you will definitely need some stamina or stubborn, whatever the right word is, because even if you plan to ride 200-300 kilometers per day, or maybe 150, there will be some sections. I said it in the previous video, in many videos before, that there are some sections without anything. So you cannot really ride 150 kilometers and spend the night over there, because there will be nothing. In the last week or so, every day we ride like 500, 600, 800 kilometers, because there is nothing in between. We cannot just spend the night or eat, and they don't have even a petrol station. That's why stamina or stubborn or possibility to ride for many hours will be very useful on a long trip. So I will definitely think this is a very important skill. And to build this skill, what you need is just to ride more until it became like a second nature for you and you can handle many hours on the saddle. Number 4, of course, you need riding skills. And it is obvious if you decided to travel by motorcycle, but what I mean by that is that you really need to understand how the motorcycle works and how you should ride your motorcycle. I'm not saying that you have to be professional racer or anything like that. No, to know how to ride and to ride fast are different things. So not only the technique, but also how to care about the motorcycle, how to predict possible problems or possible dangers on the road. All of this is a skill that you build during the year. So you cannot get your license today and tomorrow will be ready to go around the world with a motorcycle. Yes, you can do it, many people did it, but the risk to have a problem will be very, very high. And the last one, number 5 on the list that I have, and in my opinion, this is the most important skill that every motorcycle traveler should have, and I should have started with this because it is so important, is to be able to improvise. Because I am from Bulgaria, and for us Bulgarians, improvisation is like we are born with improvisation. It is easy for us to improvise because during the years we lived not so secure and safe life like most of the Westerns, and this actually taught us to improvise easy. So even if you have a very detailed plan on your journey, or not so detailed plan, that I always recommend to have a plan, you have to be ready to improvise in every given moment on that plan, because many things change. Might be financial problems, might be problems with your health, with your motorcycle. So you have to be ready to improvise, to change the plans, to change everything if necessary, but to continue traveling. So improvisation is something that, again, you cannot learn just like that, but with a lot of practice, it will be probably the most important skill that you should have on a long motorcycle trips. It will give you so much. It will give you all of this flexibility when you are able to improvise. For example, you have small technical problem and you know that for this technical problem you need that or that tool or that spare part, but you can always improvise with a different tool or with different spare part. You have to be just a little bit more creative, and you can find many different ways. This is just one example of improvisations, but I'm sure that you're clever enough to find many more. So I really hope that this short video will help you at least one person to make the right choice, to make a better trips. So press like or dislike, whatever it deserves. If you subscribe, even better. See you in the next one.